Every day, we utter around 16,000 words. But have you ever stopped to consider how many of those words might have unintentionally wounded someone? The reality is stark. Our words have the power to leave scars that are invisible, yet lasting. In a world bombarded with noise, where every second brings a new demand for our attention, where our worth often seems measured by our verbosity, the power of silence has never been more underestimated. So, my friends, let's explore how mastering the art of silence can transform your life in ways you've never imagined, starting today. Once upon a time, in the verdant heartland of ancient India, nestled between the mighty Himalayas and the sacred Ganges, there was a small village named Vidyanagar. In Vidyanagar lived Guru Nirav, a revered sage known for his profound wisdom. His ashram, a humble dwelling, stood at the edge of the village, surrounded by lush forests and tranquil streams. Among his disciples was one named Vikram, who had a penchant for speaking incessantly. Vikram would chatter constantly. When he visited people's houses to collect donations, he would weave new stories from every household and share them with his fellow disciples at the ashram. Vikram had a habit of disparaging one disciple to another, engaging in backbiting while trying to curry favor with others. He often sang his own praises, striving to present himself as the most intelligent and superior in the eyes of their guru. He said,
"Being born into wealth, I could have easily lived a life of comfort and luxury. Yet, I chose to abandon it all to embark on a quest for truth, to understand myself, and to grasp the essence of life. Therefore, my sacrifice is greater than that of everyone here."
His friends were annoyed by his bragging about his journey being the noblest, along with his self-righteous attitude. They grew tired of hearing about his high background and felt speechless, as he kept emphasizing his sacrifices, while diminishing their own experiences. His dominant presence overshadowed any sense of unity, leaving them feel isolated and ignored. They struggled to manage the situation without causing further division within the group. One day, Guru Nirav gathered all the disciples of the ashram and announced,
"Over the next 30 days, each of you must undertake a personal resolution. This exercise will bolster your willpower and cultivate inner strength. Choose a pledge that matches your capabilities. However, should anyone fail to uphold their commitment within this period, they shall revert to their former routines."
Motivated by his words, the disciples each chose resolutions that reflected their own strengths and shared them with the guru before departing, filled with a renewed sense of purpose. But arrogant Vikram, who wanted to distinguish himself and prove his greatness, approached the guru with a bold request.
"Guru, I seek not a minor commitment, but a grand and significant resolution that reflects my stature. Please, guide me to such a resolution."
The guru, with a knowing smile, responded,
"Are you truly prepared to embrace and fulfill the challenge I might set before you? I doubt it is within your capability. You might find it impossible to complete. Therefore, it would be best if you chose a resolution yourself."
Undeterred, Vikram insisted,
"Guru Nirav, I am ready to undertake any resolution you deem fit for me. I will surely accomplish it."
Acknowledging the disciples' determination, the guru finally said,
"Very well. Your resolution is to embrace silence. For the next 30 days, you are not to utter a single word. This will be your test."
"Guru, is this really a challenge? It seems too simple. To remain silent for a month? I need a task that truly tests my capabilities, one that I might struggle to accomplish."
First, demonstrate your ability to complete this task.
Taking his guru's words to heart, Vikram immediately embraced silence and left the hut. Initially, he found the silence effortless to maintain. However, by the second day, the weight of his silence began to press heavily upon his mind, turning what seemed an easy task into a significant challenge. On the third day, he began to feel a sense of heaviness, and by the fourth day, a palpable unease had set in. This was because all the disciples in the ashram were engaged in conversations with each other, and he too yearned to share his perspective. Despite his desire to speak, his commitment to silence restrained him. Consequently, he communicated solely through gestures and expressions. As days progressed, his condition worsened. He was plagued by severe headaches and lost all appetite. The urge to speak became overwhelming. Ultimately, he approached the guru, sat in front of him, and conveyed his plight in writing.
"Guru, I feel an overwhelming urge to speak. The inability to express myself is suffocating. It leaves me gasping for air. This silence is driving me to madness. What course of action should I take? Should I break my resolution?"
resolutions are often broken. Yet those who fulfill them enhance their inner strength. Such strength paves the way for personal and societal growth. The choice to make or break a resolution lies within your grasp. Many of your brothers have faltered, reverting to their familiar previous routine. If you find this resolution too challenging, you have the freedom to return to your former state. But remember, if a simple resolution of this scale overwhelms you now, how will you navigate the greater challenges of life ahead? The decision is yours to make.
The Guru's words deeply wounded the Vikram's heart. Without uttering a response, he retreated to his hut and locked himself away. Coming out only for necessary tasks, he spent the remainder of his time sitting in the hut. 15 days had passed, and the resolve of almost all the ashram's disciples had been broken. Yet, his determination remained unshaken. Since making his commitment to a vow of silence, he had not uttered a single word. The entire ashram was astounded by the transformation of a once talkative person into a figure of silence. After 15 days, Vikram came to the Guru, communicating through writing.
Guru, outwardly I am silent, but inside, there are many voices. I hear a lot of whining and complaints. I keep talking inside. My mind bombards me with endless questions. The quieter I become on the outside, the louder the noise within. Does my resolve hold any value in this state?
The Guru affirmed.
Indeed, your quest for silence is ongoing. However, as long as the voices of others reached your ears, your mind would continue its chatter, accustomed as it was to constant dialogue. External silence may envelop you, but internally, dialogues prevail. To truly attain quietude, distancing yourself from these voices and influences is essential.
After saluting to the Guru, Vikram departed at dawn for the forest, leaving his hut behind. Time passed, and though his period of resolution ended, he did not return. Concern spread through the ashram, with many fearing that he had fallen prey to wild animals. Despite extensive searches, he was nowhere to be found. While his fellow disciples presumed the worst, the Guru harbored a different belief. One day, a fellow disciple approached Guru Nirav in the ashram and inquired,
Guru, what fate might have befallen our verbose brother? Could an animal have claimed his life?
While it's possible that the animals might have made him their prey, his prolonged absence could also signify that he found what he was looking for.
Prompted by this, the disciple questioned,
Is talking too much very harmful?
A significant source of human misery is our inability to embrace silence. We are perpetually compelled to speak, often without purpose or necessity. This relentless communication is the root of many woes, particularly within families where meaningless conversations often escalate into conflicts. Rarely do we seek to truly listen, instead, preferring to impose our thoughts onto others, striving to prove ourselves right and them wrong. This exchange of grievances becomes a perpetual cycle, a cycle of prolonged speaking and listening that wastes our time, life, and understanding, robbing us of precious moments that could have been cherished, experienced, and enjoyed. Yet, in the end, we gain nothing. Our efforts are futile. Our opportunities are wasted. Only a few people realize what we have lost in this madness. Just as people are oblivious to their arrival into this world, they remain equally unaware of their departure.
Then what is the solution?
The sole method is to observe your thoughts with complete awareness, addressing all mental problems by staying in the present moment. Doing your work with full awareness can lead to remarkable transformations in life.
After receiving answers to his queries, the fellow disciple bowed respectfully and left. 3 months had passed since Vikram had left the ashram, with no word of his whereabouts. His fellows had lost all hope of his return. One day, to everyone's astonishment and joy, he returned. However, he was transformed, no longer the same person who had departed. An extraordinary change was evident in him, marked by a profound calmness on his face and a deep peace in his eyes. His brothers immediately clustered around him, eager to speak with him. In the course of their conversation, it became clear that he had shed his former impatience and loquacity. His words now flowed smoothly and sweetly. After a while, he approached the Guru, bowed at his feet, and asked,
Guru, am I still to remain silent? Is my vow of silence still in effect?
After gazing intently into the disciple's eyes for a prolonged moment, the Guru affirmed,
Indeed, your silence persists. Not a single word escapes your lips, and your resolve remains unbroken.
Vikram continued to share.
When I left the ashram, my lips were sealed in silence, yet a tumult of voices waged within me. My mind was besieged by relentless questions. It drove me to seek refuge in the forest, hoping for peace and quiet. Yet, the deeper I ventured into isolation, the louder my internal struggles became. It was there, amidst profound silence, that I confronted my past actions and realized the extent of my mistakes. When I criticized my family, friends, and fellow disciples, I believed I was saying the right thing. When I mocked my peers, I felt superior, convinced that my actions were justified. For a long time, these complaints and grievances had simmered within me, unchecked. However, that day in the forest marked a turning point. It dawned on me just how misguided my words had been. Over time, those internal voices and grievances that had accompanied me began to fade, until a deep silence reigned within me as well. In the heart of the forest, away from external influences, I experienced true silence for the first time. The external world continued around me, but its sounds no longer disturbed my inner tranquility. Instead, I heard the natural world with newfound clarity. The whisper of the wind, the chirpings of birds, and the gentle flow of water, all became a symphony of nature that enveloped me in peace. Never before had I experienced such unparalleled serenity. Compelled by this newfound peace, I chose to break my silence and shouted, "What kind of peace is this? Why is everything so eerily quiet?" Yet, even my shouting failed to break the tranquility around or within me. Even now, I engage in conversations with my brothers, and with you, Guru Nirav. I speak, I walk, I observe everything and participate in the world around me. Yet, within, I am enveloped in silence. Surrounded by others, I stand alone but not lonely. Even when I try to stir noise within myself, this inner peace remains undisturbed. Now, everything becomes clear, every sound discernible.
Very well, my dear. In the silence, you will find answers, not through words, but in the spaces between them.
In their quest for a truth that transcended words, they meditated, their breaths merging with the whispered secrets of the wind. Every morning, they gathered in a dew-kissed meadow, seeking enlightenment in the serene embrace of nature, their hearts echoing the stillness. And so, my dear friends, silence is the foundational step to truly knowing yourself. Without silence, self-discovery is impossible. So the first step is to be silent. It's essential to speak only when necessary. Often, a considerable part of our conversations contributes to unnecessary arguments, conflicts, and restlessness. By minimizing our speech, we could potentially prevent about 90% of the problems, leading to fewer conflicts, reduced restlessness, and less arguing. Embracing silence not only facilitates personal growth, but also helps mitigate numerous problems in the world, leading to a more harmonious existence. Understanding the value of silence allows one to find peace, even in crowded places. Being alone can feel like heaven on earth, while the presence of others may sometimes be discomforting. The key is to find peace within oneself, and to cherish silence, allowing your inner energy to flow freely. By inviting your thoughts to calm down, you can reconnect with your inner self, especially when disturbed by the company of others. This reconnection reveals a refreshing sense of self. After all, your vitality originates from within, not from external sources. True intelligence involves knowing when, where, and what to say. Those who master this skill stand out, and tend to succeed across various situations. History shows that great individuals are thoughtful in their words, measured in their speech, and this contributes to their success. In contrast, those who speak excessively usually risk dishonesty and spread negativity, which can harm relationships and reputations. That's why people often try to avoid and stay away from them. Ancient texts across cultures often emphasize that our words reflect our beliefs and values. Silence fosters our patience and awareness, and meditation helps us understand ourselves better. So, I urge you, my friend, to spend at least 20 minutes alone in solitude every day. This practice can bring so much promising positive change in your life. Silence is not merely the absence of sound, but a gateway to deep wisdom and inner peace. It's not always about the quantity of words spoken, but rather the quality and conviction behind them, that truly make a difference in how they are perceived. The wisdom in silence is well encapsulated by an ancient proverb. It is better to keep your mouth closed and let people think you are a fool, than to open it and remove all doubt. reminding us of the correct use of silence as a tool for achieving everything we have ever wanted. What do you think? Have you ever found yourself in a situation where speaking too much in haste turned into regret? Or perhaps a moment of silence brought you unexpected enlightenment? Share your stories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button, and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. This is Awakening Essence. Thanks for watching and, until next time.